everyone, I just wanted to make a little bit of a video about solving the root of problems. Lately, I've realized that a lot of times we solve the symptoms of problems and we don't actually dig deep into the roots of problems. I was just realizing this the other day when I went out to the garage to close the garage door, and it went back up basically. The sensors weren't aligned, so I instinctively just like held the button down so it'd basically ignore the sensors and it wouldn't like panic. So basically I did that and my dad was like, yo, why didn't you just align the sensors? And that got me thinking quite a bit. Why do we always solve the symptoms, not the actual core problem? So that's something I really want to put into my Cessna 172 with my designs and really make sure I'm not solving the symptoms. It's kind of funny because I caught my dad doing the exact thing. There were the little bread tabs, you know, and now we apparently have a collection of them because to tie up the bread bags, you put them all in the cupboard and then they just kind of collect. There are like 8 of them, and we're getting out the bread and they all fell down, and my dad just put them back on the shelf, solving the symptoms. So then I was like, why don't we just throw them away? We don't need them anymore. Or like, yeah. And even that's solving a symptom again, because it's because you could just like theoretically not have bread tabs or something. I don't know. This kind of is a little bit of a rant. I'm probably not going to edit it because... Oh, now I should edit it because that was an awkward pause. But, point being, I think it's important in designing to make sure you don't just solve the symptoms, that you solve the solutions. And I hope to do that with my simulator. I've noticed a lot of problems, and one of them was that the thickness of one of my ribs is a little off, so I just have to cut a notch in it. But I was wondering if I should actually make the entire rib or the entire stringer a little bit thinner so I don't have to cut that notch. And I think that would be a lot better of a solution, more resilient too, because then that'll let me pull the simulator, the simulator panel forward so I can just easily remove it for maintenance, whereas if I cut the notch, it would be stuck in there forever. So that's a little bit of a weird tangent about how you can actually use it in real life, but I would like to point out that it's a lot more efficient to just solve this the symptoms, to put a band-aid on it, but it's a lot more effective to actually solve the core root of the problem. A lot of times with problem solving, you have to really dig deep to get to the actual core root of the problem. If you have a problem, I don't know, we could look at one. Maybe this ruler always falls down. Well, you have to kind of dig deep. Ogres are like onions, so you gotta take a few layers. So I could say, oh, this always falls down. Well, why is that? Well, it's because this screw isn't long enough. Well, why isn't it long enough? Oh, because I bought the wrong screw. Well, you should go to, you should get the right screw. Why don't I have the right screw? Because I am too lazy to go to the store. Like, oh, that's why. And sometimes you also have to even reframe your approach a little bit. Sometimes you could say, sometimes you have a conventional set of wisdom that's like, all rulers must be put on pegs, on screws, not pegs. But you could try out different things just to make sure that your problem isn't held down by your unwillingness to change, I suppose. Wow, this is a good video. I haven't like stuttered at all until now, or backtracked. Yeah, what I'm doing now. But yeah, so it's easy to look at problems and just sugarcoat the solution. Make sure you're not, I don't know, it's it's just easy to solve the solutions without really solving the problem. I'm going to end it there before I say anything stupider. But I would like to point out that there was a very good Bits and Droid podcast we did last week. It was this last Saturday, so the 12th. That's when it was published. You can go down into the link in the description below, and I'll have it there. It was a blast to film, and yeah. Other than that, have a fantabulous rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.